Hello, my friends! How are you all doing today? Hope you're all doing well and ready for some more game reviews, some video game action, because we got it right here back on my channel, and I'm your host Tony, bringing you more TTBurger game reviews and TTBurger Remastered game reviews and more. And today we are continuing some more remastered game reviews here of episode 3, and I continuing to take a look at the Tekken series remastered and stuff like that just for you all. And we are on part 9 of 10, inching up closer and closer and closer to the final spot. And what will part 10 bring us? Well, you'll find out next, definitely. And before I get started, I want to give shoutouts to my friends CCGamer88, JJ Brother 88, JJ Jaguar 89, and I'm the man 89, as we're all fans of the Tekken franchise, and this is for you guys. I hope you all enjoy your shoutouts. I hope you're all doing well. Today, for part 9, we're going to take a look at the first multi-TTT platform game in the franchise. First released on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and in the PlayStation Portable and stuff. This was the first time that Tekken was ever released on a multi-platform and stuff like that. Although I do wish it would have stayed a Sony exclusive, but what can you do? I'm not Bandai Namco, so yeah, I can't say it there. But before we get started here at part 9, those of you who missed what happened in part 8 of my Tekken Remastered series review, here you go, something hot and fresh off the grill for you all, ready to be served and eaten. It's a hot and fresh TTBurger recap to show you all what you missed. As I took a look at Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection, the PlayStation 3 version, gave it a 5.5 out of 10 because while the game had good graphics and it had some new character introducers too, like Emily de Rookwood aka Lily, and had Armor King 2 and Sergei Dragunov, and even got to play as the final boss in the game, Jinpachi Mishima. And it was good to have this stuff, but unfortunately, the game was very lacking in content, didn't have that many modes to it or anything like that, so a 5.5 was the best score I can give it. And even for a budget price game, it still falls flat, so that just isn't that good of a game. If you happen to be a hardcore Tekken fan who has to play every Tekken game known to mankind, I recommend this for you hardcore Tekken fans, but those of you who are just fans of fighting games in general, stuff like that, I just passed this and just buy the PlayStation Portable version of Tekken Dark Resurrection because it's got more modes in it, it's got the Tekken Bull Tournament mode and more content, and the PlayStation 2 version has more content too, so just avoid this unless you happen to be a hardcore Tekken fan, then play it, but if not, then just pass it up and stuff. But today we're going to be taking a look at the first next-gen sequel to the Tekken franchise on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 and PlayStation Portable, like I said, and we have it right here. This is Tekken 6, first released in the arcades on November 26, 2007, then on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 of October 27, 2009, and then for the PlayStation Portable 1 month later on November 24, 2009, and if you can find this game in a slipcase, hey, more power to you and stuff like that, because you can find a slipcase, it'd be worth a collector item for sure. But if you can't, you can still find it like that. But just like this is what we're gonna do, so let's get started here. Now, sadly, Tekken 6 was a little disappointing for me in some parts. Not all the parts, but some of them. It's better than Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection and stuff, I'll give it that much, but compared to Tekken 5 and Tekken 4 and Tekken 3 on them, it's a step backwards. Like, instead of an expensive average burger that's overpriced, here you get a slightly better cheeseburger that's better than last time, but it's cheap compared to what it is, and that's what the game is. Tekken 6 adds more features to the game and it adds the fun factor to it as well, but in the end, some of them just did not work well at all. The first problem you'll notice here with Tekken 6 is the scenario campaign. Remember the story mode from the last two games where you picked a character and you saw the cutscenes and you just fought your way to the end to get the ending? Yeah, that worked fine, but that's not the case here. What do we get this time? Well, look at this. This is a beat 'em up like Tekken Force mode in Tekken 4 or Tekken Devil Within in Tekken 5. And I like those modes, I did. But the problem here is that like this is considered one of the main modes and stuff that let alone with some scenario campaign just almost can ruin the game for the player depending on who you are. And I know you're probably thinking, Tony, why are you making a big deal about this? The big deal is that like I mainly play Tekken for the fighting games like that, not a beat 'em up with the rest of the story and stuff. I mean, sure you have the arena combat there in the story mode, where you can unlock the characters' endings like that and do their own story. But here for like the main story, this should have just been like the other modes where you just fought an opponent, not just beat up like a Tekken Force mode and stuff. And I'll talk a little about that later, but let's continue here. The story takes place after Jin Kazama's ending after their Tekken 5, where Jin Kazama defeated his great-grandfather Jinpachi Mishima in the King of Iron Fist Tournament 5 and became the new head of the Mishima Zaibatsu Special Forces. Jin uses the company's resources to declare independence to become a global superpower, and Jin declares a war against all nations over the year, and the action plunges the world into a civil war erupting around the globe. Kazuya Mishima, Jin's father, is taking control of G Corporation, places a bounty on Jin's head to be sure he's eliminated to prevent the war from going on. In response to this, Jin Kazama announces the King of Iron Fist Tournament 6 to lure Kazuya out once and for all. Meanwhile, in the scenario campaign story, Lars Alexandersson from Sweden, who happens to be fluent in both Swedish and Japanese, he's the field leader of the Tekken Force, has begun a rebellion to stop the Mishima Zaibatsu and the G Corporation to end the war once and for all. During the beginning of the operation in Dr. Boskanovich's laboratory, Lars stumbles upon a female android who identifies herself as Alyssa Boskanovich, named after Dr. Boskanovich's daughter who passed away. Soon after, the G Corporation forces attack the laboratory, causing an explosion in the lab, killing everyone and leaving Lars with amnesia. Lars and Alyssa manage to escape the lab and travel around the world to regain his memory and avoiding the Mishima Zaibatsu's manhunt that they have on him to kill him once and for all. The story is good, but not to harp on it. The gameplay in the scenario campaign is not the best and kind of affects the story there and stuff, because it's a deep story, but you got this going on too, so just, yeah. For the presentation, Tekken 6 has good graphics, but they're not the best graphics. I mean, you got detailed character models, and backgrounds are decent, can come off as a little generic at times, and they do look shiny with the lighting, which does look cool. But the scenario campaigns where the graphics do not look good. The cutscenes use the in-game graphics and the character models do not look the best. Like, you see a close-up of like the faces and stuff, and you see they have no facial animations at them at all, looking very last gen. The CG cutscenes look good, but a lot of the ending scenes are way too short, barely have any dialogue in them at all, and a lot of them end negatively when like a character dies or just leaves you hanging like in a cliffhanger or stuff like that. Just not the best thing. Still, the graphics are decent, just not the best. For sound, I gotta say for Tekken 6, it's decent sounds for the most part. I mean, the music is okay. I mean, it comes off as kind of generic at times. The voice acting is good, but while it is good, a lot of the characters use the same line of dialogue they're taken from Tekken 5 or Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection, like copy and pasted into this game. I mean, still, it's good though, but why recycle voice clips? I do not know. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it would be different if they like got the actors to re-record the lines, like made them sound slightly different. But here, they sound exactly the same, well, except for like certain characters like martial law and stuff like that sound different and stuff, and like Raven is voiced by a different actor and stuff, and that's basically what it is. I mean, it's still decent, but just it's kind of lazy. What I mean there. The gameplay in Tekken 6 is average at best. I mean, it has good moments, but some of these goods get overshadowed by the bads. First, of course, I'll talk about the goods. Tekken 6 plays a lot like Tekken 5 with all the special moves and more and stuff that make you feel like you're playing a Tekken game and having fun with some fast-paced fighting there. This game has the three characters from Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection here too, like I mentioned, Lily, Armor King, and Sergei Dragunov and stuff, along with new characters like Zafina, Miguel, Leo, Rob Reynolds, aka Bob, and more and stuff. And Tekken 6 has a handful of modes to play, like Arcade Battle, Ghost Battle, Online Play, and more, including the dreaded Scenario campaign, and yeah. And in the Scenario campaign, you also have Arena Battle, which is the story mode if you want it to be like the arcade mode from the past games with the story and stuff like that. But the problem is there's only 4 stages, and the final boss, Azazel, is very, very cheap. Cheaper than Jinpachi Mishima in Tekken 5. And the opponent AI in general is still very cheap, like last time too, and I also mentioned the ending scenes are super short. I mean, it still plays like Tekken, it's still a good game, but not as good as the previous installments here. But I'll talk about that in the bads right now. Like I mentioned, the Scenario campaign, the opponent AI being cheap again at times, and the arena battle and stuff, and of course the recycled sound effects are there too, and the graphics are just not as good, or just not that good, and the ending scenes come off short. A lot of them come off as short and don't have much dialogue in them, and some end up negatively and stuff. But most part, it's still a good game, decent good game. Just compared to Tekken 5 and stuff, Tekken 5 was a lot better. It's better than Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection, but only a little bit better. So final thoughts here, I still recommend this game to Tekken fans. That then recommend to people who like fighting games, because this is the next gen Tekken fighting game. If you want to see the one that wants some Tekken fix in your PlayStation 3 or your Xbox 360 or something like that, or your PlayStation Portable, then I still do recommend you pick up Tekken 6 for sure. Due to the complaints I have with Tekken 6, I'm not gonna give it a super high rating, but it won't be getting a super low rating either. I can give Tekken 6 here a 7.5 out of 10 because it's still a good game. Just be warned that like there are problems with the game, stuff that I have that like do affect the game. But if you want some more Tekken action, you want some Tekken fix for your PlayStation 3, Tekken 6 is still worth owning your collection for sure. And that's it for part 9 of my Tekken Remastered series review, which is episode 3. Next up, we're going to head to the final part of my Tekken Remastered series review to take a look at Tekken Tag Tournament 2 for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 and more. How does this game fare from Tekken 6 and from its predecessor Tekken Tag Tournament? Find out next, which all I gotta say. If you like what you see here, subscribe, like the video, comment down below, and join my Discord group, TTBurger Gamers United, who's always looking for more people to join. The link is in the description below, and it won't go away for 24 hours, so click on it if you want to join and just have fun in my group, definitely. Which all I gotta say is Tony. Peace and out, have a great day, and see you all in the final part where I take a look at Tekken Tag Tournament 2.